Live. Hey, folks, what's going on? It's Matt and
this is Luke with Matt for Heroic Tactics.
Yes, we're here. We got a bunch of stuff to talk about. Like a set just came out this week. A really pretty cool set, I believe.
Yeah, the Superman Wonder Woman set, where you get your 30th incarnation of Superman, your 30th incarnation of Wonder Woman, your 50th incarnation of Batman. Oh, goody!
Well, it's Batman's dad, so it's not Bruce Wayne. We'll get 50 more incarnations of Batman in 2-3 months.
Oh, is that Batman versus Superman or
World's Finest? Yeah,
World's Finest. All right, yeah. So what's the first thing we're gonna bring up, Matt?
Oh well, first of all, how were your pulls? Like this set jacked me up, man. Like I spent over $500 in boosters, just on boosters alone, and I pulled not very well for spending that much money on boosters. I pulled 4 Super Dooms. I pulled 3 Vartoxes. You
mean Freddie Mercury? You pulled 3
yes,
Freddie Mercury?
I did trade 2 away, because I believe in that Freddie Mercury guy, but we'll get to him when we start talking about figures and stuff like that. But yeah, dude, it was a super, super bummer. I pulled one chase out of a case and a half, and then another $150 worth of boosters. But this set I did not pull well at all comparatively for what I spent.
And I think the super boosters are to blame for that.
It felt like that.
Well,
I did watch a new guy buy a brick on impulse and then pull a brick that had the Chase Wonder Woman, which is arguably the best chase of the set. Yeah, I see you. Yeah, I was like, agree. And Brutal as well, same brick.
Wow, the prime and the chase that everyone wants competitively. Dang.
Mm-hmm. Patrick bought 2 cases and then pulled a chase in every brick and then 2 primes.
Jeez, freaking Patrick.
Yeah, so it's feast or famine. I understand you have a story involving this too, huh?
Oh yeah, so I was speaking with Paris Gordon from Team Ragnarok, and he was talking about his friend Aaron in California and how he was supposed to buy the brick, but the employee was like, no, I feel really good about this brick. So he buys that one, and his friend buys the one that he wanted to buy. Or it was like a case. Mm-hmm. And so his friend ends up pulling, and I call it the God case, because he ends up pulling 13 super rares.
Jeez.
5 Superman Red Sun chases and 3 Wonder Woman chases. So he pulled a total of 8 chases and 13 super rares from that one case.
And the desirable, the chases that everyone is chasing. Yeah, the Superman, the Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
those are really good. Both of them, I think, are gonna see some competitive play, quite a bit. I think.
The Superman, definitely, because he's a nice point dial and he has those pretty cool stop clicks.
Mm-hmm. I was listening to Edward Shelton's podcast, and he said that Superman at 280 with the yellow battery,
Wait, Superman at 280 points?
Yeah, isn't it 280? What's his highest point level?
Yeah, 280 points. He starts off with 13 hypersonic speed, 12 super strength, 19 invincible, 5 damage with, let's see, when he hits, you can place that character adjacent to a different opposing character.
I really like that power. In my mind, I'm like, they have some supporty person hanging out in the back. It's like I smack you, I jack up your positioning and send you all the way back far away. So I'm kind of looking forward to that.
I'm trying to think, man, that power, like what could you use to actually abuse that? Because that seems like a pretty neat power to abuse. Let's see, you can use leadership. So he plays a lot like the 250 point Superman from Trinity War.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I mean, their dials are almost exactly the same, except you don't get that neat leadership boost. But man, that damage power, there's a lot you can do with that.
Yeah, you can mess up formations if they have like somebody hanging back, you know, because I guess as it was before like the change, it was like, you know, one or two attackers and support pieces, you know, and they'll definitely slow the game down if they got to keep, you know, if homeboy hits, knocks him back, you got to keep your formation together. I think it definitely gives you some tempo control and some map control easy. But
He also gets traded lobotomy tokens.
yeah, yeah, I'm gonna mind control you back for free, I believe, right?
Oh man, so okay, I understand how that could work now. You smack someone, you put them adjacent to the opposing character, to another opposing, you mind control for free, and you smack them again.
That's so gross, dude. Yeah. Okay, I totally see this. Yeah, this is definitely gonna be something you need to worry about, I think.
Oh jeez. You know, and this is why I'm hoping with this set, you know, because this is like a power. This is like a power. I call it defining the power level set. Like because WizKids has been doing some weird things, trying to address the power creep with Marvel, but every time they come out with a new DC set, it just makes you wonder. Like, okay, sure,
Okay,
wow.
okay. Well, let's address that really fast because you didn't have to play through Teen Titans and Slush, or you're looking at starting 9 attacks. That was terrible.
That's true.
No, they are doing stuff. I think they were restricted because this is like a brick house set. But I was reading this. I was reading. Gosh, someone put up a great article on Reddit, and it was just saying that yeah, there's a lot of high stat characters with a lot of life, but if you look at the average stat stuff, it wasn't that good. And like he said, it specifically cited this Superman #1. You know, he's got the really sick stats. You're like, these stats are great, but he's got leap climb. You know, he's got was it invincible? Was
Yeah,
it defensive power?
Invincible.
Yeah, so it's I think it's par of what we're going to expect for you know, trying to rein in power creep and stuff like that. It's going to be like he said that like if you really look at it, all their really good clicks are like on click 2 and click 3. So like you're either going to get smashed on that click, you're going to push onto that click. I guess it's essentially bringing in activation clicks back as sort of a thing because that Superman doesn't get charged until click 2. One of them starts with charge, but yeah, Batman doesn't get charged until click 2.
You know, that's like the cheapest Trinity that you'll ever be able to get in terms of like I can pull the Trinity with all commons, and they all don't have flight either.
Oh, that's not really the Trinity because it's Thomas Wayne. Doesn't count. That's malarkey.
Yeah, that's true. Thomas Wayne and the whole. I still like him. I still like Thomas Wayne.
Oh yeah, he's really good. Did you want to just get into the pieces that we like from this set?
Well, okay, I can tell you about my pulls.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
No, it'll be a quick summary. They were all crap, all of them. I pulled to sum up the story short, the best piece I pulled from 2 sealeds was Newsboy Legion.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What were your rares?
Power Girl. That's the uncommon, or is that the rare?
She's a common.
Okay, the rare was I think Cersei. I pulled Cersei twice.
She's an uncommon.
All right, I don't know what
I like her.
I could care less. I think I traded them. Oh, I think Maxima was a rare. Jean Grey.
Yeah, Maxima's a rare.
Jean Grey.
Discount Jean Grey.
All right. Why don't you start first with your collective piece of interest?
Really, this is kind of cheating because, man, like as soon as it was spoiled to me, I was like, I need to get this, and this is the Colossal Brimstone at 75 points. I know we can't technically use Colossals in the rock meta right now because 2x2, but like 75 points, and he can throw his pulse wave. I was reading an article online today, the same article that said, there's been other figures that could throw their pulse wave, and like talked about the 2 people in the Guardians of the Galaxy movie Fast Forces. But like he's like, nope, I'm just gonna do this all the time. And thanks to the changes they made to line of fire for Colossals, he can literally I think he's a good counter to Nick Fury because his 6 range and then with a 3 pulse wave on top of that, that's 9 squares. And he's not limited by like the mountain stuff.
Throwing the sidestep.
Oh yeah, and he does start with sidestep, so like you can hopefully sidestep in his range. I can't figure out how to get him in position because he is colossal and he can't be carried. Can Mixie Pixabilic, can he shrink him down?
You can shrink them, but that still goes against multi-base carrying rules. You still can't carry multi-base.
Yeah. So
because otherwise you could like shrink a team base and like carry a team base, and they wouldn't let that fly. You know?
Yeah, that's totally true.
I mean, there are some colossal. Are there any colossals that are single size base? I guess Dr. Demonicus is Pogs, and I think that's it.
Oh, I mean Pacific Rim, but I'm sure that's not what you're looking for.
Well, Pacific Rim is going to be allowed for a lot of the indie stuff is going to be allowed for ROC, the alternative Silver Age, the Rock Silver Age, as long as it's carded. Because there's Rock, the Rock Age, which is everything DC Marvel carded since Superman 2009, and then there's Rock Limited Age, which is everything that has a card. So that means Yu-Gi-Oh, Halo, Street Fighter. You can play all that stuff for the Rock tournaments if that's the format that your judge at your local comic store decides to choose.
I hate that. That's just too much to consider, man. That's entirely too many things. Gosh, I want to say Roland Wellington from the Clicks TV was talking about there was this Golden Age tournaments in Salt Lake City. And people were just playing modern age stuff, because that's what they're familiar with. And like Golden Age pieces from players who played in the Golden Age just like wrecked their faces. So I'm like, yeah, that's entirely too many things to keep track of.
Yeah.
No Rock Age. That's too far back.
That Golden Age stuff is mean. Like I've seen some of them. I wouldn't want to have to try to cram that onto my head. Mm-hmm. I'm barely having trouble keeping up with like the 5 figures I pull out my boosters. All right, go on.
What you got? What's one of your favorite pieces?
All right, since you went with the Colossal, I'll go with the Colossal too. One of my favorite Colossals that are coming out or that came out would have to be the Atom, and I love the idea of playing him at 15 points. He has his Colossal Retaliation allows him to ignore combat reflexes, shape change, and super senses, and the damage he deals is penetrating. And he does it within that 2 square range. So, I mean, that's like a pulse wave quake. The only thing that's gonna like stop it is invincible. And a lot of the times when you're using that Colossal Retaliation, they're probably not gonna be on an invincible click anyways.
And it even just has it to 1, so they're still taking 1.
Yeah, exactly. And that's such a great utility for 15 points. Jeez, he's a great.
Would you consider running him? I'm sorry.
Go on.
I was like, would you consider running him at a higher point value? I'm checking out his own.
Let me see. What's after 15? Is it?
He's got 100 point value, I believe. That's with the plasticity sidestep with the penetrating damage. It's not poison to all adjacent opposing characters.
Oh yeah, so he has plasticity sidestep. He deals 1 penetrating at the beginning of the turn, and then when characters try to break away and fail, they get 1 penetrating.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of thing.
It's like, I hope you roll that 6 because you ain't getting away. And at the Colossal, there's just no way he's getting around that. They're getting around that with the new size changes.
Definitely. Let's see. What about all right? So the new set introduced the kind of the interesting new errata, which is Equip. So that's the new possession that DC this set has introduced. What do you think about the possession pieces? Brainiac
was the first chase that I bought immediately after I didn't pull him. Like that night, I'm like, Brainiac, you're mine, because one, he looks sick as all get all. You know, he gives Psychic Blast, he gives Outwit. You know, he can give Impervious, he can give Sidestep. But and then he's a kind of a geeky robot alien, so that's kind of something I've always been a fan of. You know, if you can get him onto like something that starts with like a click 3, 4, 5, or 6, you know, one of the lower point values, you can get that power like once per turn when an opposing character is given a power action, you may immediately remove an action token from your Brainiac. So that's kind of cool. I think that'll help you maintain tempo, especially if you're running like a one-man army type situation. Because like, well, during my turn I pick Pulse Wave, you know, and on turns that I'm tokened up or whatever, I pick this power. You do something. I don't have to clear next turn because I lost that token. So it's like I think that's got a high potential for abuse, or at least evening out like one-man army teams and stuff like that.
It's interesting that you bring that up because so far, one combination I can already think of. Are you ready?
Yes.
Kyle Rayner and Brainiac. So he gets to his God Click, and he's never going to have to clear off of it.
You're a jerk, dude. That's wrong.
What?
Man, that is so cool. That is so rowdy.
Yeah, right? So like, so you push him to his God Click. He's like what, a 12 attack, 5 damage with Outwit. He has Impervious. You can now give him Sidestep or you can give him Sidestep or Pulse Wave. So you can Pulse Wave if he's up close. If not, you can Sidestep to increase your positioning, and then he can do his movement power. But every time he's just going to be attacking you, and if you're gonna be reluctant to want to take a non-free action because the next turn, if you don't kill him, he's doing it again and again and again. So that's go on.
That's brutal, dude. That's so brutal. Yeah, that like Kyle's always been one of those I dare you to hit me pieces, and now he's gonna be like I double dog dare you to hit me pieces because I'm just going to keep attacking every single turn, and you're not going to have a chance to like double tap me if I get tokened up or nothing like that. So it's like, and then he gets Pulse Wave, which is something that his character always needed, you know, especially when dealing with zombies and stuff like that. So it's like, wow, dude, I didn't even think about that, dude. That's the reason why I call you the mad scientist, man. That's sick.
Yeah, like when I saw that click, I was like, oh, geez, this is not good. This is something that's not going to be good for anyone because that power is just so damn ridiculous. All right, what about Eclipso?
I haven't looked at him a lot. I did hear a couple of podcasts that said specifically Eclipso's. Wow, he's got Mystics. That's I'm looking at. You know, he doesn't get that to keep that stuff, but you know, the Precision Strike, you know, something people just need Precision Strike. 18 defense, 4 damage, all great stuff. They recommend Eclipso with anything that can take the Midnight Suns ATA because you can give that person stealth and they can get no lines of fire. I want to say it was 2 clicks from KO that we're talking about that.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of pieces that could use top dial Precision Strike. I mean, Jocasta was the first piece to grant that, but she had her limitations with armor and robots. So I figured this was a nice piece to like actually round it out, and you know, you can give all the standard pieces Precision Strike. You know, for example, one piece I can automatically think of that would desperately need it is that Classic Avengers Hulk at 150 points.
Oh yeah.
He ignores all the terrain. Now he can actually land an Alpha Strike because he now has Precision Strike.
And he's got Battle Fury, so there's no way of getting around it.
Yeah.
Right? He's got Battle Fury?
He played it before. On his second point value, but he'll eventually get to it, and he's still doing like 4 damage, 12 attack. But yeah, that's like there are a lot of pieces out there that could definitely use Precision Strike. Okay, so I think is that it? Is there only 2 possessions?
Yeah, that's the only 2 positions we've got.
Okay,
I want to jump back to Colossals really fast because Joe has been champion Solaris on his final click because he points out that it's a 19 defense, 12 attack, 2 damage, whatever, with outwit and a 10 range. You know, that's 25 points for outwit with 10 range. You know, it's got rinky-dink movement, but it's colossal now, so it can now see over everything. It's robot, so you know, he can be just enciphered around and stuff like that. But no, I kind of agree with Joe. That's a pretty neat ability to outwit stuff.
Oh yeah,
farther away.
definitely.
I mean, because it's useful even before being colossal retaliated against, or during, or whatever.
Yeah, totally. That piece is pretty darn good, actually. Now that I think about it, it's great to even just when you use colossal retaliation, put it in front of a figure so that it blocks line of fire, and then you outwit something, and it kind of has to go through that 19 defense.
Mm-hmm.
And it also serves. It does one penetrating, or it gives out tokens, right? Like it's like a mass incapacitate. Yeah, gets an action token instead of normal damage. So it's a great tie-up piece.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I think I don't know any special mentions for the Colossals.
No, I mean just the Superman robot, but that's more because it looks kind of cool, and I'll probably play with it because it looks cool. But it's not anything that I'm gonna play because I'm like, oh, this is pretty snazzy. But it's like, oh, you know what? I can't believe I forgot this. This is totally stupid of me. Joe's gonna hate me. The giant monkey.
Titano? DK?
Yes, dude.
King Kong?
Yes. Well, first of all, who doesn't want to play with the giant monkey? Second of all, yeah, just the fact that anytime Lois Lane moves after action resolved, Titano can be given a move action as a free action to move the same number of squares. So, you know, he can totally just keep moving and doing stuff for free. Also, retaliation isn't that bad. It's essentially flurry. You know, it's 16 defense, but I think just the free movement, and then this at 250 points, he's 23 clicks alive.
That's true. Well, let's see. His colossal retaliation, I would say it's a flurry quake.
Yeah,
it's each hit characters are each dealt 3 damage, and he does it twice.
Yeah.
So that's not actually bad.
No. And then you kind of came with something devious that I didn't even think about it, because when you're talking about a golden or rock agey, whatever, you know, the quick mix of ages, because one of your favorite pieces compare well with this guy too.
Oh yeah, Alyosha Craven.
Yep. He's a giant monkey, but he's still an animal. So it's so like with Lois and Craven, you shouldn't have any problem getting him in position for free attacks, free movements, and stuff like that. Granted, that'd be like a super huge team. No, because there's a 200-point version of him. Alyosha's 70, and Lois Lane's 45. I thought she was 30 for some stupid reason.
Just get like 20, just get like 10 Colossals at Titano and just launch giant monkeys at people. And you can call them awesome. You can call the team Pixels.
Pixels.
The terrible movie.
No one's gonna get your reference because nobody saw that movie.
I saw it, unfortunately.
You did not. You're lying.
No, I did. I saw the movie. I had to watch it.
You had to watch it. You weren't even alive in the 80s. Why would you even watch the movie?
Well, I still played arcade games. I was alive enough to do that. I still remembered arcades before I completely got killed by consoles and PC.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah. Second piece of honorable mention from the set that's not a Colossal. Go.
Golly, let's talk about Batman's dad, Thomas Wayne. He's really cheap outwit. He's got decent stats. He's got leap climbs, he can get in position, but you know that Miraclo pill is a pretty snazzy. because he goes from just being a harasser to being like, I can wreck your face. Because he's got perplex, he's got, especially on click 2 when he gets exploit weakness and combat reflexes, and he can perplex himself up. And super strength. Oh, super strength out. Man, he's going to be dealing all sorts of damage. I like him at 60 points, even though he's not Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, so one of the strategies I thought about with him is just holding him back, because he is one of those pieces that he's not going to do much right away. He's the cleanup crew. So a lot of the time, since he is Wonders of the World, and you do play that ATA, what you do is you wait until your main Wonders of the World character gets some damage, pull him back, have him heal, and he gets to his charge click. And then they think that, oh, well, he's tokened up. They kind of forget that he can activate his Miraclo pills, which gives him willpower. And then he can charge with 11 attack, exploit. So that's a pretty nifty. He has traded, well, not traded, but he has stealth all the time. So that's why I like him a lot.
That's cool. That's totally cool. I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about holding him up back. I was like, I'm going to get in your face with not Batman and see what I can do to you.
See, if you have the common, the #1 Justice Society Superman, where he's like ripping off his suit, he's the perfect piece to just like put them in their face, because all right, so because even unless they have an outwit, they could smack you with an ultra heavy, and let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and he's still on charge, super strength with close combat expert. So
yeah, that is true. They treated us right with these commons. These commons all look pretty darn good, with maybe Steel kind of been neglected, just being kind of pricey for what he does. Another one of those characters that, he's kind of cool on his top click, but he gets more effective on his second click.
I would say one of my favorite pieces from this set has to be Huntress.
Huntress
at 60 points. Helena Wayne. Sidestep, precision strike, super senses, 10 attack. For some reason, I think she's pretty decent for her relatively short dial. I mean, Parker and stealth, she can sidestep out. For some reason, I keep on thinking that she's a great piece for a cheap Phoenix Force fragments. Slap Cyclops on her, and she can just sidestep RCE, and then
precision
just like go
strike.
Yeah, precision strike. And then boom, she hits them, and then when they like slam her down to like her last click, she still combat reflexes outwit with 3 damage. So, and her attack never drops. It's a 10 throughout the entire dial.
Yeah, wow, that's consistency you don't really see in stuff like that, especially 60-point figures. You figure one good hit, and they're either donezo or they're totally not effective anymore. But no, she's consistent across the dial. And her last click is probably one of her best clicks, dude.
Yeah, definitely. In her third and fourth click, she gets precision. She gets a flurry blades.
Yeah.
That fourth
Which
click
makes up for
flurry blades outwit.
Yeah, that click 4. I take that back. That click 4 is one of her best clicks. If you could get up on them and stuff like that, she's somebody. If you could do like you'd put in a Bizarro tournament, because like, she either got that 10 attack for 3 damage without waiting combat reflexes, and then she pushes to get the flurry blades, combat reflexes, and outwit. So she's a definitely totally
Yeah. All right. Third piece. Anything?
Third piece. Oh gosh, like all the good stuff has already been pointed out, and it's like how long can we talk about General Lane and talk about the hat? Talk about Cold Cast. Talk about like all the really. I mean, like people have mentioned him, and I hate him because in every single sealed event, I've played 3 of them. I've pulled him, but I've used Hell a bunch, Hellel or whatever you want to say his name is, and I really like his brilliant and twisted special power on his damage value. It's like he can use Perplex when he uses it on an opposing character. After actions resolved, you can use Outwit to target that character. He can use Perplex a second time to target himself. So it's like I can totally perplex down your damage, or I can perplex down your defense, which is essentially the same as perplexing up myself, and then perplex up my damage, or I can Outwit your reducer. He's got he's got the hypersonic super strength of an 11 attack and 18 defense, and definitely not insignificant to swing in. He's just enough points at this lower point value at 100 points to pick up an ultra heavy, so it's like 6 damage. And if you screw up positioning wise so that I can see you, or I can TK him into a spot where I can see you, I am totally gonna get rid of your defensives and Outwit perplex you down, get rid of your defenses, and man, so he's useful. He's not anything that I'd build to put a team on. Like if I was making like a scientist team and I needed a little bit of muscle, I would totally consider him. But other than that, he's overshined by the giant number of beat sticks we have in this team, especially at his lower point value where he's only 4 clicks long, and like one good Psychic Blast and it's game over for him.
Yeah, definitely. I can see that damage power being pretty cool in terms of, I can perplex down a value, and then I'm going to Outwit something, and then boom. Oh, now I can, so that's actually pretty damn neat. I like that. I like that damage power a lot.
When somebody positioned wrong and I was able to get a line of fire on somebody, like it usually made a huge difference, because I'm like, your defense is lower, and I'm either going to buff my attack, my damage, and hit you for a ton, or Outwit something that was obnoxious. Yeah, I did. Patrick, he pulled the Foss in the pre-release, and he positioned it just wrong enough for me to get into and just wreck him in the face with that hell. So I was like, yes, because I knew that Foss was going to wreck my face if I gave him the opportunity to. But yeah. So what other figures you're looking at? I mean, I guess we can get into things that people have talked about a bunch. A
bunch? I would say, all right, just a little side note. I would say a lot of people are they're in love with that Hades. Just because the sculpt.
Hades?
Yeah.
Oh, the sculpt, yeah, totally.
The sculpt is amazing.
Gorgeous. Yeah,
and I think that's a pretty cool piece. One glaring thing though was no Olympus keyword.
Yeah, there should be an Olympus keyword for all the gods. It's just his deity.
Oh yeah, that's kind of lame. There should have been a named keyword Olympus. What do you think about Atomic Skull with his all the damage he does is penetrating?
I dig that a lot. His biggest flaw for us was that nobody in our general area seemed to have pulled him. Like, I think I saw maybe 2 in like the 2 seals that I went to and the pre-release and stuff like that. Like, I don't think anyone got him in the pre-release. Like, I think he was no one pulled him, so nobody played against him, so no one really knows what he does. Did you have a chance to play against him or with him and stuff like that?
No one pulled him in my area either. It's just
that's so weird because you live in Houston.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm looking at his piece, and he's like, well, he starts off with a running shot. All the damage he freaking does is penetrating. He has energy explosion, poison, and he deals penetrating damage. So, like, let's say you get shot and then you try to base him, he's just gonna poison you anyways.
Yeah.
And then yeah, go on.
I was like, someone smacks him for like 2 or 3 as a retaliation and stuff like that, and they knock him out of the sidestep, and he sidestep and does that penetrating poison anyway. So it's
And let's say you hit him really hard, he gets plasticity pulse wave. Like, what the heck?
And pulse wave is one of the few range combat attacks that you can do while adjacent. So it's like, oh, you're sitting here while I blast you in the face with nuclear power. So yeah, he's cool. I think if we had seen him more, I would have been like way more about him. But like he didn't show up in my area, and it's not like he didn't show up in your area either.
What do you think about the common prime Captain Atom?
I did pull him in my Brick of Shame. He was the one thing in there. But I was looking at him. I really like what he does at his higher point value, the 130. You know, enhancement, leadership, blah blah blah. He's running shots like a blast 7 range, but he's got that soldier keyword, which is becoming 666 sickety 666. You know, just like tossing around ideas and stuff like that. Like I was gonna run this with my game with Joe when we did a Superman Wonder Woman only, but it was gonna be like it was him, it was the Green Light, the Red Sun version of Green Lantern, General Lane, and then Soldier for our Soldier theme keyword. And I was looking to play that a lot, but I was like, no, we're playing casual games. There's no reason to be busting out primes and chases and stuff like that. But I think he's kind of cool. What do you think about him?
He's 130 points, a little pricey, but he has some pretty good keywords. He's 8 clicks. He plays range. He plays from range, starting his dial with Invincible. If you hit him really hard, he goes into close combat, which he's still pretty good. He has a relatively consistent dial, and then I love that regeneration power because that plays like you're playing Captain Atom. And like it's so funny because think about it, your opponent is kind of praying that you actually land that regeneration roll.
I think it's insurance from me and my personal regeneration rolls. So like I do like that power. I want to get it, see how it goes on me.
And you know, well, I think everyone's talked about this guy when he even like as soon as he came out, just because he has that power messing around with the odds. But I mean, like even though everyone's already talked about him, I feel like I still got to bring him up, Mr. Mixie the Pixie or whatever. Yeah. Batmite's cousin or something. I don't know.
Real name unpronounceable.
Yeah, Mr. Unpronounceable, Mr. Tiny 70 points, and I'm just gonna make the game really hard for you because I manipulate dice odds.
Yes.
For example, his trait, it targets any roll that, as long as the power specifically says it can't be re-rolled. So for a lot of you guys out there, if you don't know, this applies to super senses, shape change, and impervious. So let's say you get like a 2, 3, or 4. If you hold back on that, you can essentially make those super sense or shape change rolls useless. So you can kind of hold back with that in confidence. If you get 1 or 6, well, then you have a lot more leeway to play with. You can make someone's roll turn into a crit miss, which is gross. Or you can do a critical hit, which is also pretty damn gross.
Pick and choose on that stuff.
Yeah, you can choose, and he doesn't need range or line of fire. So you can just have him protected sitting in the back, just putting dice on him and taking them off. And he has quintessence, so he doesn't take pushing. And let's say they try to rush him up all the way, they're gonna have to be able to do 5 damage, and they're gonna have to hit through a 18 defense with super senses, 19 if they're trying to shoot you, and that's with you're messing with the odds on the backhand. So he's a really hard piece to try to just go up. If you position him and play him right, I feel like he's very disruptive. Like him alone, he can change the tide of the game, because if you play it right, you hold on to that one, you make someone hit a crit miss and you get them off their top click or their god click. And it makes people weary of actually wanting to roll the dice. And combine that with actual like a PC power, that's not even fair anymore.
People have been talking about him and Scarlet Witch, the Ellie Scarlet Witch. What do you think about that nonsense?
The Ellie, the one that
You ain't hitting nothing in that game.
that's wrong. That's really wrong. That's I mean, not only are you hitting nothing, man, you could essentially kill someone by just making them crit miss to death. Right? And thinking about it, that's gross. I was thinking about just playing him with like pieces that really like that can use some extra needed security, like when you need that Blades Claws Fangs and you roll that 6, there's a 6 damage right there. Or man, can you imagine if you had like this is Midnight Butcher and you have him and you get a 6 on your card, you charge exploit, and then you exchange for that 6 on the blades. That's an 8 exploit right then and there. Yeah.
Jeez.
So I mean, and he's, you know, just considering resources, he'd be great with the power plant, or he'd be even great with the power battery, or just anything that needs dice rolls to turn, like the power battery itself. Let's say you actually you need to turn to 2 clicks to get that special number 6 power, or let's say you need a 6 to turn, or even the Phoenix Force. Let's say you need doubles.
Ooh, I didn't even think about that.
Or you play Faust Phoenix Force and mix up, and Mixie the Pixie. You know, he rolls 3 dice with every attack. He can choose the doubles, and then if not, you can replace one of those to get a double. And you're just turning that resource all the way up. And geez, that's crazy.
Yeah, without even killing things yet. That's sick.
Yeah. Wow.
And we haven't even talked about his special pulse wave power, which I think is freaking rad.
Yeah. So that pulse wave power, and I'll read it, and you can tell me how you think it should be interpreted. He can use pulse wave, but deals no damage when doing so. Instead, give each hit character up to 2 action tokens.
Coincidentally, 0 is a number that is up to 2. So you can run out into the crowded field, blast everybody, including your own dudes, give them 0 action tokens, and then just token up your opponent. I think he's sick. He's obnoxious. He's gonna be one of those pieces that are pretty much like insta meta. You know, he's probably on a rock team. It was probably a rock team at the pre-release. Someone had put him and said, "Oh, this is fixed going on my team," and that was it. I mean, this guy. We're going to see him as much as Nick Fury. It's going to be really – and Primarch, it's going to be just really, really out there. Good, crazy stuff like that. Do you think he's in any danger of being errated to, like, at least have that line of fire or something like that for that dice roll?
I doubt it. Like, I mean, they wouldn't have made him with that in mind if they wanted him within range and line of fire. You know, like, I don't think they're going to do that. And 2, let's see. You also forgot that he actually has he can phasing teleport for free if he's tokened up.
Yeah, he's gonna be a beast to get rid of. I guess without tipping your hand, do you have like ideas of what you could do to get rid of him, or
to get rid of him,
or at least play against him? What your options are? Smack his hero up really fast and then good time is that?
Honestly. There's not a lot to do, because all right, so like I thought about a lot of things that you can do. For example, you can base poison him, right? Mm-hmm. So let's say you do that. You base and you poison him, right? He gets onto a 2nd click. He'll just turn you tiny, and then he can just move away.
Yeah. Well, he's tiny too, so it'll be even odds.
Oh, well, he can turn himself. Well, I guess he can turn himself giant. Or can he turn?
And get away too. Yeah.
Choose a character with.
He can colossal himself, right?
Yeah, he can colossal himself and just move away. Oh my God, he can colossal himself running shot pulse wave. and like shoot over everything.
They get everybody.
Ah, jeez. Yeah, man, this guy's gonna be a headache. He is definitely gonna be a headache to deal with. And you know what?
I guess
Go
the,
on.
the 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 option to him, of course, is the option to everything. Just pulse wave. I mean, man, he's good. Like you said, he's going to be obnoxious. Can his power be ignored?
Uh,
Does not look like it says it cannot be ignored. So yeah, pulse wave.
yeah, pulse wave. Not many.
The cheap answer, pulse wave for everything.
Not unless they decide to pair Superman Blue with him. Then good luck.
Ah, that's
Superman.
only 120 points right there.
Superman
only barely a third of a team.
Yeah. Superman Blue Desperate does 120 points. I mean, 170 points of obnoxious.
You can't Desperate no more.
Oh yeah, never mind. 100. Yeah, there you go. 120 points of no pulse waving. I'm just gonna re-roll everything now. I think we've covered everything. We did our best to kind of sidestep and maneuver around the whole like everything that everyone else has already covered.
Yeah, let's just talk about stuff you want to talk about. Dude, Freddie Mercury. I think he's going to be a lot of fun to play. Just his pickup power is sick, you know. Not obviously not at 225 because that is very, very pricey. But like, you know, hypersonic super strength. You're like, well, I don't like having 18 invincible. I'm gonna take 18 impervious instead, or something like that. You know, he's his pickup power is great, and it's any pickup power
that you didn't choose during your last turn.
Oh, it's not damage, so you couldn't use like exploit weakness or battle fury or anything like that. But yeah, dude, I'm looking forward to him a lot. I'm kind of sad what they did to him on the Supergirl TV show because they just made him a generic villain. But like, man, if he is half as awesome as the way Kelly says he is in the Power Girl Harley Quinn book, then I totally want to play this dude.
Speaking of comic books, do you know what the Miraclo pills come from?
I think they're Earth 2 stuff, but I heard they're highly related to the Mirakuru from the Arrow season 2. So like that's what people
okay,
or they said.
I guess it's nice for us to include some comics tidbits. So the Miracle Pills was actually invented by Rex Tyler, a guy who had an affinity for chemistry and biochemistry. He was researching stuff, you know, accidents happen, makes Miraclo, the miraculous vitamin. It gives him super enhanced durability, super strength for an hour. So he uses that and calls himself Hour Man. Yeah. And
that's
so in Earth 2, what happens is Bruce Wayne steals it from him. Or no, Thomas Wayne steals it from him.
Thomas Wayne, you took
the I don't know if there's any other pieces that I was raving about Crypto, the super dog, but
yes,
I love that piece.
Well, one is a doggy.
Yes. Not enough super animals.
No, sadly enough.
I would love.
There's a super cat that we didn't get.
Yeah, there's also a bat dog.
We're hoping for Batman and dude, do you think we'll get the Bat Cow in World's Finest?
Oh my God!
How great would it be to get the Bat Cow?
All the animals from the Brave and the Bold animated series. Batgirl.
Oh yes.
Bat Cow, Bat Dog.
That creepy super horse that's in love with Supergirl.
Oh jeez. Don't you don't want to scar people, making them research and Google stuff that they don't want to
Yeah, don't Google the super horse.
Yeah,
especially with safe search off.
Yeah, you're stepping into dangerous territory there.
But why were you raving about Crypto besides him being a dog?
All right,
and being awesome.
So Crypto, the tiny super dog. So he has a trait where he can kind of like just port in if you want to play thematic where Superman, Superboy, or Supergirl, they take damage. He can fly into the rescue. He essentially ignores shape change, super senses, and he's going to do at least some damage if they have a reducer. And he has charge, plasticity, but he's a tiny. You know, he has 18 defense though. So I mean, with the perplex here or there, like he could totally take care of Nighthawk or Prime Hawk. Like this is a piece that you would be like, all right, you have a Prime Hawk, I'm gonna stick the dog on you. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, you have like 8 people adjacent to you. I don't care. I ignore Battle Fury. Oh, I'm sorry. You're trying to hide in stealth. Well, I ignore that too, and I have precision strike. So screw you. Just eat the damage.
Yes, dude. That's so true. Yeah, this dog was great. I played around with him with Joe. My team that I casually played Joe with was the uncommon Superman, the uncommon Superboy, and Crypto. That put me right where I needed to be. 300 points we were playing around with. I'm actually going to be playing him again this Sunday with 600 point floor, and I'm going to be running Crypto. I'm going to be running Supergirl, the super rare, Superboy, and then the 250 Superman from Trinity War. You know, for a Metropolis theme team, or no, for a Kryptonian theme team, and you know. Get that dog back in action again. I want to have him swing across the field and hopefully tie people up as much as he can, even though he's tiny, and while the super family does stuff.
Yeah, that sounds great. All right. I mean, what do you think? Have we covered everything we were expecting to cover today?
Yeah, I think we got everything. There's a lot of Wrath. I'm just gonna say Wrath is the ex Nihilio of the set. He's one of those superheroes that if you open him up, you're going to be sad to see him. Poor Joe. He opened like every super rare that he pulled was Faust. Faust is a great super rare, but when you pull him, I was talking to him on Saturday. He's like, I've pulled 4 super rares and all 4 of them have been Faust. So it's like even a good super rare, when you pull it like 4 times, you're like, I'm done. I'm sick of you. Go away.
Tell him to give me one. I would totally.
No, I mean, there's not a lot, anything to say. Like, poor Dr. Psycho and Dr. Cyber and Silver Swan, they will probably never even be looked at, much less played, or, you know, yeah, I'm not saying anything. I would like to get some time in with Lori Lamaris because of that triple target mind control that takes no feedback.
She does. She is a good piece to assist Atlantis teams.
No, I was gonna say that's right because you're a huge Aquaman fan. You make those sick Aquaman teams.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna, and especially when Silver Age comes out, I'm gonna play her with the Superman set Aquaman. Every time he gets a movement, she gets to move for free for 3 squares. Mm-hmm. So I'm just gonna find out a way to give him sidestep, and so every time he sidesteps, everyone else gets a 3 movement sidestep.
Oh, gosh, Bizarro, right? Bizarro had sidestep on his top dial? I mean, not Bizarro. Brainiac. Brainiac's got sidestep on his top dial?
Yes. So, yeah,
there you
that's
go.
Gonna happen. That's definitely going to happen. Team Atlantis. Oh, all right, ignoring that. But, yeah, so closing statement.
Well, I mean, yeah, this is a pretty good set. It's a set for bruisers. That's why I don't see it showing up a lot in the meta because you got to have a more balanced team. You can't really go tent pulling it. I guess we kind of hinted at that the Wonder Woman is probably the most playable of the chases. Although I think that Batman's going to be fun. I did go out and buy it because it's Batman, and I have to have everything Batman related. Oh no, if I had pulled better, I would totally love this set. It's the first time since I've started playing that DC chases have been chase worthy. So like that was pretty cool to me. What final thoughts do you have for this?
I've only bought 6 boosters, and I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna trade my way into the pieces that I want. Notable things to mention: if you're within the Austin, Central Texas area, and you want to play HeroClix, and you want a chance at winning all 6 chases from the Superman Wonder Woman set. Shout out to Joe Kleinman, the greatest judge on earth. Head out to Dragon's Lair, Austin, Texas. Head out to Dragon's Lair in Austin, Texas on November 21st. HeroClix Open, special event hosted by Dragon's Lair. Dragon Lair, give me free things.
You don't even live in the same city as Dragon's Lair.
That's true. That's true. Second mention. Actually, no, never mind. The second one, there's limited slots, so I could care less if you guys find out about that tournament.
Ouch, dude.
Yeah, Superman Wonder Woman set, good, better than. It's a staple set for new people to get in, because there's a lot of great pieces to just get, even if you don't pull well. Some of the meta, there are some pieces that are meta, so a lot of the more experienced players that do play competitively can appreciate. Shout out to Team Majestics for making Faust. I hate you guys for making that stupid Faust. Faust is going to be synonymous with broken and meta from now on. Like,
have you played against it yet?
No, I haven't played against it, but I've already done all the math in my head. That's how I know it's stupid. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna take a shot. Here, let me roll 3 dice. Oh, 2 6s, or 5, a 6, and a 1. I wonder what dice I'm gonna choose. You know. And all right, so I was thinking about the application of rolling 3 dice. When is it ever beneficial to actually wanting to miss? And I thought about it. Faust is a great piece if you actually stumble into making a mistake. Let's say you declare an attack and you realize they have mystics, or you're going to click them into something that you don't want. You can actually choose to miss if you roll well.
Jeez, I didn't even think about that. That's crazy. I would never thought about situations where you choose to miss. That's why you're the mad scientist, dude. That's sick.
All right. This has been Luke with Matt. Thanks for having me on your show, man.
No, this is our show, bro. We're homies. We got this.
Yeah. But go on. Do it.
I don't have anything else to say.
You want to close it out?
All right. Thanks for watching us. Hopefully we told you something newer that you haven't heard yet or anything like that. All right, peace.
Bye, guys.